Welcome to the Hobby School podcast. Whether you're a seasoned hobbyist or just getting started, Hobby School is the perfect place to learn something new. My name is Dr. Destiny Kopp, and I'm your host of the podcast. But before we jump into our episode for today, the only thing I ask is that if you enjoyed the episode, please share with a friend and give us an honest review on your favorite podcast platform. This helps us get out the content to more people. I also want to invite you to get on our wait list for our next Hobby School Online Learning Summit. These are free to attend, and you can find the link to join at hobbyschool.com, which is also in our podcast show notes. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode. And my special guest today is Salina Beasley. Salina was a stage performer for over 30 years, and she understands the unique demand of putting your best face forward for your audience. After receiving her color designation under the direction of a celebrity makeup artist, Salina launched her makeup coaching business in 2020. So she helps creative entrepreneurs access the tools and techniques needed to do their own makeup, and basically like a pro. So her specialty is showing people how to master their on-camera makeup so they can go from looking tired, dull, and washed out on screen to vibrant and magnetic, attracting audiences to their important message. Now, Salina, I am super excited to jump in and talk about this with you today. I know a lot of the listeners here are interested in doing their own makeup. I know last year when my son got married, I hired a makeup artist. I had never done that before in my entire life. I was like, you know what? I want it to be perfect. But what if I could do that on my own? And I know that you can you're going to walk us through all of that today. But before we get started in all the questions I have for you, can you tell the audience just a little bit more about you and how you help people?
Oh, sure. Destiny, thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of this today. I've been looking forward to it. So, as you were saying, I am a makeup coach. I teach women how to do their own makeup like a professional. And I specialize in makeup for the camera. And the reason why is in recent years, no matter if what you do in business or personally, the camera and working virtually or connecting with people virtually has become a normal part of our lives, more than it ever was in years prior. Since the dawn of Zoom and our video chatting, we are now having to contend with the camera for things that we really didn't have to keep the camera in mind before. And I have seen so many people confident, powerhouses in their field, take their businesses virtually, and you turn on the camera and all of a sudden it's the confidence just goes from a 10 to a 2. There's something about the camera, whether you're camera shy or you just, I don't like pictures of myself, that tends to make a person self-conscious. And so my mission is to help women be able to put their best faces forward on camera so that they feel confident and yet authentic. So I help them dial in their best look, choose their best colors, figure out how to select makeup that is tailored to their skin tone, their skin type, their skin undertone. Because let's be honest, shopping for makeup can be a daunting and overwhelming and intimidating experience.
Oh, and for sure. And I like what you said, and you brought out an important point that I hadn't really thought about. Today I feel like we're always on camera, whether it's video or taking pictures to put on social media, or just everything that we're doing. And it wasn't like that years ago. And I'm dating myself a little bit here, but it certainly wasn't like that years ago.
No,
And so
we have COVID. We have the COVID era to thank for that. It just really, we had to all get very inventive and figure out how to connect with one another virtually. And it has changed the way we communicate. And it is more effective if you have a message to bring or you want to make a connection with somebody. It is more effective statistically to deliver that message via video than it is text or static image or just the written word. So I want women to feel empowered and confident to be able to turn on their screens and to make the connection. That's the end goal, is to make a connection with the person on the other side of the lens.
And to your point, a lot of times when I do get on video, like Zoom meetings, so maybe you're in a business meeting or at your work or whatever, sometimes I'll just leave my camera off. But you're saying we shouldn't be doing that. We need to make sure that we're putting our best face forward. And, especially if you're interested in getting a promotion or whatever, people need to see your face. They need to be able to connect with you. So you have absolutely sold me on that. So I want to jump into one of the first questions that I have for you. And it really comes down to, I put makeup on almost every day, not every day. There's some days I go without it, and those are glorious days, but most days I put makeup on. But how is that different from makeup that you should be putting on for the camera or for video, or if you're going to, getting your family pictures taken or whatever? Can you walk us through and talk us through that?
That's a great question, because a lot of my students and my clients, they experience frustration when they do their makeup and it looks great in the mirror. And then they turn on the camera or they have their picture taken and they're like, but that looks so different than what my mirror image looks like. Is it me? Am I imagining this? Is there something that I'm not doing? And the thing is that the camera has a mind of its own. Okay, due to things like angle, lighting, lens distortion, this can make your face look fuller, rounder, your eyes bigger, your features smaller than they look in the mirror, than your mirror image. So it's not your imagination. The old adage that the camera adds 10 pounds or that it can age you 7 years. I am sad to be the one to tell you that it is true, and because the camera has a mind of its own. So when you're doing your makeup for the camera, you have to contend with a camera that has a mind of its own. The camera will automatically make our color look a little more washed out. So we're going to look more tired, more dull. The more we don't counter make up for a camera that makes us look more lifeless, then we're going to have to get a little smarter with our makeup, particularly in choosing our colors. So color for the camera, it is going to be brighter. It is going to be a higher contrast against your skin tone. And that is what's going to make your image look full of life, full of energy. So wearing blush to make your cheeks look, to make your face look more awake and more alive. If lipstick is maybe something that your red lipstick makes people nervous. They're worried, oh, I'm going to look like a clown. You don't have to go bright, bold red or paparazzi pink, but choosing a color for your lips that is 1 to 2 shades deeper than your natural skin tone is going to help you not look so washed out on camera. It is going to give you that appearance of youthfulness and wakefulness and brightness and lift to your face. So dialing in colors that are bright enough for your skin tone. The deeper your skin tone, so skin tone ranges from ivory, lightest of ivory to deepest of bronze, right? Well, the deeper the skin tone, the higher the contrast your colors need to be, meaning they need to be brighter, that you want them to stand out against your skin. Now, a red lipstick on a bronze skin tone may overpower a red lipstick on an ivory skin tone. In other words, it would be distracting. It would, on an ivory skin tone, the red that looks fabulous on a bronze skin tone would look like it was overdone. It would look too much. It would be distracting. It would look more like the color was wearing you than you were wearing the color. So I'm not going to reach for a bright, bold red lipstick necessarily for a person with an ivory skin tone. I may go for more of like a terracotta, or maybe something that looks like a red brick. So not as bright and bold. So knowing your skin tone is key. That is number one to knowing how to dial in the brightness and intensity of your colors so that they stand out on camera without overpowering or competing with your natural coloring.
So where can we go to find out what our skin tone is? I think I know what mine is, but I'm not 100% sure. But where would I go to figure that out?
Sure. Skin tone is pretty discernible to the naked eye. So if you go to the makeup counter, you have your formulas that are typically in a row from lightest to darkest. Yes. These tones typically range anywhere from ivory to beige to bronze. And even within those three categories, so Destiny, you have an ivory skin tone, but even within the ivory category, are you light ivory? Are you middle ivory? Are you dark ivory? And so that is you can pretty much filter with the naked eye what your skin tone is if you range ivory, medium, or beige, or bronze. Now, the tricky part is when you start talking about the skin undertone. And that is your skin undertone either trends cool or warm. And when I start talking about undertone, this is when I see people's eyes glaze over like, okay, you lost me. What are you talking about? And undertone simply means, do cooler colors look better on you or warmer colors look better on you? Warmer colors are your reds, orange, gold, yellow, lime green. Those look great on people with a warm undertone. If you have a cool undertone, you look great in teal, blue, purple, plum, pink. Those look great on people with a cool undertone. The easiest way to find out what your skin undertone is simply to interpret how your skin responds to the sun. And I have created a simple 1 minute, 5-question quiz. You can go to my website and take that quiz to find out what your skin undertone is. So if you have an ivory cool undertone, you know you're going to look best in blues and purples. And this is going to translate to your makeup and your color choices when you're selecting your makeup palettes.
Well, I'm definitely going to go take that, take that quiz or that test and figure that out. I think I'm like the medium ivory with a cool undertone, but I definitely want to confirm that. So we need to know kind of where our skin is and what our undertone is. What else do we need to know to learn how to do our own makeup?
To learn how to do your own makeup effectively, you want to know your skin tone, your skin undertone, and then the next sort of category of your profile that we look at is your natural coloring. So if you have brown eyes or blue eyes or green eyes, this is going to influence your color choices because certain colors look best on backdropped against those different color eyes. If you have blue eyes, you will look fabulous in an eyeshadow palette that trends toward pink and orange and gold and coral, because it's going to bring out the blue in your eyes. If you have green eyes, you want, or green or hazel, like I have hazel eyes. So I look for shades that trend more purple and plum, lavender, pink, backdropped again with my hazel green eyes, backdropped against a more plum palette is going to bring out the green in my eyes. If you have brown eyes, I like to say the color wheel is your oyster. You really have a lot more choices, but jewel tones tend to bring out, they really tend to make the brown eyes sparkle. So you're going to want to go with your emerald, your sapphire. And again, this does not have to be like, you don't have to layer it on thick. This is the key to makeup for the camera, is not to pile it on. It is to strategically choose and place your colors so that it spotlights your best features. So I will, once I address a client's skin tone and undertone, we automatically go to their natural coloring. We start with their eyes. And I will guide them to choose colors from the color wheel that complement their eye color.
So one of the things that you mentioned there, and I didn't realize this, you mentioned that you don't have to pile it on for the camera. I thought you did. I thought that's the reason why people, when they went to go get like modeling pictures or whatever, they had so much makeup on, but you're saying that's not the case.
It is not a more is better. It's a higher contrast is better. So for a daytime look, I will, wear maybe a neutral lipstick, brown eyeliner, perhaps, just a blush that matches my naturally flushed look. And I'm done. I'm one and done. I'm out the door. But if I turn on my camera like that, I'm going to look washed out. I'm going to look tired. My appearance is going to look dull and lifeless. So for camera, like when I was getting ready for our conversation today, rather than reaching for my brown eyeliner, I reached for my black eyeliner. I don't wear black eyeliner every day. I find that it seems to be, for me, for my personality, for my brand, for the lifestyle that I lead, I don't need black eyeliner every day. But for camera, I want to dial up the intensity. I want to dial up the contrast. So I'm not wearing more eyeliner. I'm not wearing more mascara or more eyeshadow. I've just dialed up the intensity in my color choices. So it's not a pile it on approach. It's strategic color choice, strategic placement.
Well, you're giving me a lot to think about here. So let me ask you this. What is the one thing that you wish people knew about creating, putting together their makeup for, whether it's media or pictures, or, maybe they're doing family pictures or whatever, or they're getting on a Zoom? What is the one thing you wish they knew?
That you are the leading authority in your best look. And while it may seem like, well, I have a big important event coming up, whether it's your son's wedding or a photo shoot, I should hire a makeup artist. While she's brilliant, he or she is brilliant. I am not anti-makeup artist. I think makeup artists are magicians. They're fantastic. The potential problem with working with a makeup artist is, first, you love the look. You're like, wow, I didn't even know I could look like that. But you don't have the skills to recreate the look. And she or he doesn't travel with you. They can't make you up every time you have a special event or a camera appearance or a wedding or a photo shoot. So if you don't know how to recreate that look, well, then you're dependent on an artist to do that for you. And she or he may or may not dial in factor in your personality, your preferences when they're doing your makeup. So the first thing that can happen is you love the look, but you don't know how to recreate it. The second thing that can happen is you all of a sudden feel, I'll give you an example. I had a student who had her makeup done. She looked gorgeous, but when she looked in the mirror, she became immediately self-conscious because she's like, I feel like this doesn't even look like me. I feel like I look like a completely different person. And so throughout the rest of her photo shoot, she was self-conscious. She was self-aware. She felt like, I don't look like me at all. Like this looks like just somebody else. And so my goal is, you are the leading authority in your look. Makeup is just a skill. It is not reserved for the artistic or, people with just creative, artistry skills, or it is just a skill. And your coloring, your face shape, your feature size, your God-given structure, features of your face, they are the map to your best look. And you can be skilled, and you can be your own beauty advocate to be able to walk into any store, feature in any opportunity, camera or face-to-face, and say, that's my color. This is the kind of mood I want to create. This matches my personality. This is the way I want to show up and how I feel the most confident. And at the end of the day, that is what we're after. I believe that a powerful message and a confident image leads to unstoppable results. And when we bring those two things hand in hand, people on a mission with the confidence that they cast themselves as the authority in their field authentically, and they're not showing up as somebody that they're not, that is what we want to dial into, because that is what is going to influence and is going to carry meaning, and you're going to be very happy with the results of that.
And Salina, that is such a powerful message that you're leaving us with. Before we wrap it up here, can you let people know how they can find you? I definitely want to send them to that quiz that you have, or that checklist. So definitely let them know about that, and any other free gifts that you may have for them.
Absolutely. You can go to salinabeasley.co, and I offer a free mini lipstick masterclass. If you're like, I'm just getting started, I need to baby step into the world of makeup, sign up for my free lipstick masterclass. And this is going to lipstick is an easy on-ramp into the world of makeup. So if that's what you need, go ahead and sign up for that. You can find the link to my skin undertone quiz at salinabeasley.co under my freebies section. But if you have an event coming up, something that you're like, I would really like to be able to do my own makeup, practice beforehand, feel confident to show up in my best colors with the application skills that work for me, then I encourage you to sign up for my next 7-figure image challenge. You can go to salinabeasley.co/challenge. And this is a 3-day challenge in which I guide you through selecting your best colors, auditing your makeup collection so you know what works for you and which products you need, which ones you need to replace. And by the end of 3 days, my goal is that you will learn how to put together a camera-ready makeup look in 15 minutes or less. And that sounds a little ambitious, but it can be done. So if that is something that you would like to participate in, just go to salinabeasley.co/challenge. and you can sign up for the next challenge. And I would love to be able to host you and be your guide and just celebrate the looks that you create.
And I love that, a camera ready look in 15 minutes or less. So you say it can be done. So we'll definitely check that out.
It can be done.
So Salina, thank you so much for joining me. I loved learning about this. This is not a topic that I was familiar with. So thanks so much for sharing all of your knowledge with us.
Thank you so much for having me. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for listening today. Don't forget to sign up for the waitlist so you'll be the first to know when our next free HobbyScool online learning summit launches. The link is in the show notes for this episode, or you can go to hobbyschool.com, and that's HobbySchool with school without an H in it. Talk soon.